Alright, gamers, welcome back. World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Ironman Adventures, episode 230, I believe. Episode 80 on the Dwarven Paladin. Let me double check. Yeah, 230, episode 80 on our Dwarven Paladin here. Looking pretty spiffy. Let's jump back in, shall we? Last time we left off, I think we were in Hillsbrad again, or South Shore, yeah, Hillsbrad. Just kind of being near the rare spawns, Logrash, and near the Arathi Highlands so we can farm Mithril. And, we've been doing that. I did a little bit more blacksmithing. I had a ton of iron, smelted it into steel, and then made a bunch of these steel plate helmets. They don't sell for a net benefit because of how much coal I have to buy to make all that steel. So I lost some money, but that's not a big deal. We can make more money. But we are at 230 blacksmithing, which was big because that's the threshold where we can get the rest of the patterns in Booty Bay that I need. So I think we're going to head back to Booty Bay real quick. Unfortunately, I am going to level up. So probably going to lose out on some experience down here in the Badlands with specifically Martek the Exiled, which isn't much, a Dwarf and his Tools, and a Sign of Hope, which this is just find someone, let them know. A Dwarf and his Tools is find the lucky pick and return it to Rydol, so that's not that big a deal. And then this Martek is the one where we just have to go talk to him and he gives us a higher level quest. So
where would you like to fly to?
Let's head to, it's a long flight though. Actually, we'll do that later. Let's head to Lochmadon, Thelsamar. And we'll go talk to Iron Band. It's been a while since we've been over here. He's going to give us a chain to find Agmond and then Myrtlelock, and then Agmond's Fate, which is like a dungeon quest. We'll hide that one. And then Badlands Reagent Run. This is just going to take us down into the Badlands, and then it gives us a chain for a dungeon quest. Not really worried about that. We'll hide the dungeon quests for these two, but then we'll finally be in the Badlands and start working on some of these quests before they all don't give me experience. And yeah, while we fly, I'm going to pause, so I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, gamers, in Thelsamar, let's go ahead and take this quest from Gak here. What a name, Gak. Poor guy. I believe he's in here. It would make sense. Yep, Gak.
Did my sweet lass Kylie send you down to me? The apple of my eye, she is.
Oh.
Adventurer, I would make use of your services. I am an alchemist of some note, and I seek your aid in acquiring some reagents found out in the Badlands. I need the following items to replenish my stocks. 5 buzzard gizzards, 10 crag coyote fangs, and 5 rock elemental shards. Obviously, you can get them off of the beasties themselves. If you're not the fighting type, then find friends who are. Acquire these items for me. You'll get some coin out of the deal. Well, what say ye?
Sure. 45 silver. It's half a gold piece right there. We need the money anyways. So another thing that I did in between the last time we played was I used 20 solid stone to make 10 solid sharpening stones and 10 solid weight stones. What's interesting with the solid sharpening and weight stones is if you look at the heavy sharpening stones and the heavy weight stones, they're 4 weapon damage, but then we just go straight to 6 with the solid. And I have a lot more silk than I do wool. So I was like, you know what? Let's just skip the bull business, and that way I don't have to go back and farm wool. I'll have 10 of each, and I can use the heavy stone to make heavy grinding stones, and then with those heavy grinding stones we can make more of the green iron leggings with the iron that we have. I think right now, currently though, we'll still continue to use our iron to make steel and then continue to make these steel plate helmets. I'm losing money when I do this, but it's orange, so I'm guaranteed to get points from this. So it's like, while this is still orange, I feel like I should be getting as many points out of it as I can. Because once we switch to Mithril, like this stuff, it's going to take quite a bit. Like one point will be 12 Mithril bars, a true silver bar, an aquamarine, and a solid sharpening stone, or a solid grinding stone. That's quite a bit of materials. Or like, I need more thick leather or mage weave. Like, those are a lot of materials just to get 1 point in blacksmithing. So I feel like I should be using as much iron and then steel as I can while I still have it and while this is still giving me points. Because other than that, like, I could make the mithril scale pants, but mithril's more uncommon than iron. I could make the breastplate, but again, it's just more cost efficient to make the helmet because the helmet only takes 14 and 1 stone versus the chest piece takes, where's it at? 16 steel bars and 3 stones, right? So the helmet's just more, it doesn't sell for as much, but it's like material wise, it makes more sense.
So Stormpike sent you, did he? Good. I have a big task for you.
Yeah.
Prospector Agmund was in charge of our excavation sites in the Badlands to the southwest. I say was because, well, I haven't heard from him in weeks. I need you to find Agmund so I can get his report. Last I heard, Agmund was at the southernmost dig site in the Badlands, a tiny operation past the Angel Fortress. I'd start your search for him there.
We'll get an extra jade, some gold ore that I can make into bars and sell, and then just a garbage leather belt that is just, something that we can sell as well. But yeah, other than that, I think mostly, we just got our blacksmithing to 230. Our mining is now 262 from all the mithril that I've been farming. Mithril's still giving me points. I think it'll give me points all the way up to like 270, 275, and then only true silver will get me points from 275 to 300. And I think it goes like green around 290, so those last 10 points are going to be a little tricky. At least I think that's what happened to my rogue. It's been so long that I don't really remember, but not too worried about it. Grats Draglic. But yeah, one more quest and we will pretty much just guarantee level up, hit 43. We'll get another point in Reckoning. 46 is when we'll have Reckoning maxed out. And then 51 is when we get Holy Shield. 56 is when we'll have maxed out one-handed weapon spec. And then for the last 4 points, I guess we'll just... Oh, I leveled up just exploring this place. Seems like I'm still able to get full experience for these quests, so we have a little bit of a grace period there. That's nice. Another point in Reckoning. Let's go get that crumpled map. Switch to ore. The Badlands should have a good bit of ore. Shadow resist. Resisted 80 of it. That's nice. Real quick, let's go ahead and make our Hammer of Expertise and pop on a Waitstone. Big damage, 237 crit there. God, the difference between this and our Blade of the Basilisk is just insane. We do so much more damage. $121 average, 134, 132. The Waitstone helps a lot. There is text roughly scribbled in chalk on the map. Rydell, they're taking me to Oldman. Send help. Hammertoe. Interesting. Alright, we'll go visit the camp here. Bastards came right up at us at night after we'd gotten a few drinks in us. Otherwise, we could have taken them. Count on it. Everyone's dead now except a few of us.
Hammertoe's alive! This is amazing, adventurer! Adventurer, can you find him? Can you find Hammertoe in Alderman?
That's a dungeon quest. Sorry, buddy. A dwarf and his tools.
Hey, adventurer! Be careful round here. There be dark iron dwarves all around. Look like the Shadow Forge clan. They just attacked the excavation site I was working at. Killed nearly everyone there, including my boss Hammertoe. I barely escaped with me life. The site's just to the north of here. And I'm trying to plan a way to get some of our supplies back, especially me lucky pick. Think you'd be up to helping me out some. One of those damn dark iron must have my pick. Could be any one of them.
Yeah, we can help you out.
How are ya?
Mirages.
In our hurry to leave the Uldaman excavation site, we were forced to abandon many wagons and crates of supplies along the way. The local ogres from Camp Kosh have been on our abandoned equipment like vultures on a rotting corpse. Don't smell much better either. Than the corpses, I mean. Anyways, they took the cart that was carrying all our weapons and such. So, well, this is a bit embarrassing. We haven't been able to get any food. We're in a bit of a pickle here. Suppose you could help us out.
Yeah, we can help. Let's see what this Fiery Blaze Enchantments quest is,
As
but...
an apprentice to Ferenor Steeltoe, I learned his special technique for imbuing weapons with fiery enchantments. Last I heard of him, he was working at a smithy with a hunting party up in Lordaeron. I can't tell you too many of the details about the process, but I can tell you it requires blood from a rare, still-beating black drake whelp's heart. I don't have much to do waiting for word from Ironforge. If you bring me a heart from the whelps in Lethlor Ravine, I'll show you my skill.
This sounds really good. Enchants a weapon to have a 15% chance to inflict 9 to 13 fire damage to all enemies within 3 yards. I don't know how rare this is, but at some point I am going to come get this. Not right now, we've got other things to do, but not that one. I'd like to hide this one, A Sign of Hope. Alright, let's go talk to Wrigglefuzz. We need to talk to Lotwill. Oh no, there's a battered skeleton down here. Oh no. Martek's in this camp. Blacksmithing supplies, huh? Solid iron maul. We already learned this. We know that. Martek. Well, you found me. Good for you. Are you here about that axe I made for Gathlazog? Oh, we know Gathlazog. Or are you here to reclaim Duchess Pime's honor? Actually, I don't care which it is. If you're here to fight, then let's get it over with.
Fizzle sent you? Well, that changes things. Of course I'll help you. Fizzle and his brother are two of the few people who don't want me dead. So Fizzle wants to make pistons, eh? Pistons strong enough to take whatever stresses he has planned. And if I know Fizzle, then this new car of his is a volcano on wheels.
It is.
I'm not out here just to stay away from people. There is a wealth of metal in the Badlands, adventurer, if you have the guts to get it. The metal's called Endurium, and as luck would have it, it is rumored to possess high resistance to heat and stress. It might work for Fizzle's car, but let's make sure. Get me samples of Endurium and I'll test its properties. True Endurium ore lies deep in Uldaman, but the stone vault trogs of the Badlands sometimes have flakes of it on them. Bring me those flakes.
Okay. And then we'll also take barbecued buzzard wings, and then later we'll take pearl diving, because I believe pearl diving...
The Badlands is a harsh place.
Yeah, I remember this from when we were on our rogue. The blue pearls are in the Vile Reef and Stranglethorn, where those murlocs were, so we'll come back for this another time. But for now, let's take the barbecued buzzard wings.
My barbecued buzzard wings are a favorite. The sauce is rich and the meat is tangy, and the smell will bring the hungry running from miles away. I have everything I need to cook up a batch. Everything, except the buzzard wings.
The main thing.
If you want some, then get me the buzzard wings. Bring me enough, and I might even share the recipe with you.
Alright, quest log is full, so we can't take any more. We got a lot of killing to do out here in these fields. Let's grab this iron real quick. Valley of the Fangs. Man, we do so much damage with this mace. Retribution aura, consecration. And if I have the Seal of the Righteousness on, it's like, damn, I do so much damage. 199 on our maces, that's nice. Sells for 8 silver, damn. Little 4-piece of iron. Again, all this iron is just going to probably be turned into steel and make more of those steel helmets for as long as it's going to give me points. That way I can save a lot of my mithril for a lot of gear that I want to wear and for our quest to become a armor smith. I'd like to get this done while it still gives me experience. I think by 45, probably 47, it'll stop giving me experience. So I do want to kind of get that done ASAP, but it's a lot of mithril. It's so much mithril, man. Alright, let's go find this battered dwarven skeleton and hopefully kill a couple coyotes and buzzards, trogs, everything really around here. Agmon's End, damn. How did they know Agmon was going to die out here? Couple flashes, we should be fine. Double wisdom here, we can pull a few. Down rank on the consecrate so I don't use all my mana in case I need to heal. But let's regain some of this mana. Okay, they are humanoid, they're gonna run. Quick holy light. They do have a pummel, so they can interrupt me. I need to be careful. They can also drop Mage Weave. That's the most important thing that we can get off them. I actually need a good bit of Mage Weave for some of these patterns. The gloves. The gloves. 202. I crit so hard, man. Okay, there's the body. Battered dwarven skeleton. Skeleton must be the unfortunate remains of Agmon. His body is broken and battered and his bones picked clean. Agmon's tracks lead from the west. It is easy to tell from the bloody smears across rocks and sand that the dwarf crawled some distance, and he died here. Upon close inspection, the word Murderlock is roughly scrawled in a patch of Badlands sandstone, scrawled next to Agmon's dead hand. Slay Agmon's killer, Murderlock. Slay 12 Stonevault Bone Snappers. Then go back to Ironman. We get the Rock Pulverizer. Pulverizer. Jeez, why was that? Kind of stroke trying to say that. It sells for a lot. Wow. It's also a lot of weapon damage. Holy. I think that's actually going to be something that replaces our two-handed axe here. I don't know where this Murderlock is, but we'll find him. I should focus the shaman first, but it's not that big a deal for right now. Front load this mana. Where the hell is Murderlock? Okay, he's around here. Imperial leather bracers, garbage, but 30 silver. Oh, there he is. Should be simple enough. We'll just heal up, take a stamina food, and get some mana in me after this, and then we'll charge in there and go for him. Oh, he's right there. Yo, buddy. We'll let that guy run for now. He'll come back naturally. Before we do any kind of consecrates, let's just get some of our mana back real quick. There are, like, I think it's one very high level red drake that flies around this zone that we need to be careful of. Also, these guys pummel, so again, yeah, I missed there, but I need to respect that and make sure I don't get kicked while I'm trying to heal. I am backpedaling on purpose, just to kind of cover some ground and make sure I don't outrun this guy so my melee swings can hit him every time it's off its weapon swing timer. Pulling 2 is just a little dicey because they have pummel and they could like double pummel if I need to like heal myself. Things could be a little scary. Yep, just mindless killing. You know the vibes. Nothing crazy here. Look at the red spots all over them. Some boots, more garbage to sell. Front load this mana. There's Theldurin. That's a dungeon quest, though. Pretty sure Princess is going to send us... Well, Princess, not Princess herself, but we will get sent back to this guy once we finish Princess's quest with the keys and stuff and kind of set her free. It's not something that we're supposed to do. It's a mistake, right? But... some gold down here. Let's go snag that real quick. I'm still mining gold even though I have a full stack of 20 in the bank because they sell for a decent bit, like 6 silver each. And on the off chance that we get rare gems like Jade, Star Ruby, Aquamarine. But it's also just, you know, it's decent money. 6 silver each is, you know, it's okay. Let's eat the last of our goblin clams and pop this strength scroll real quick. We might as well use it. I'm going to be killing things for the next 30 minutes, so... Even though they have pummel, you know, it's nice when I can pull 2 because I have a higher chance of popping Redoubt, which, you know, also can trigger Reckoning. I'm gonna Hodge and then use a Holy Light, that way he can't accidentally pummel me and lock me out of Holy Spells. We need 5 more Flakes, 4 more of these Bone Snappers. Again, I'm happy with the silk. It's not like we don't want silk. I can use it for certain crafts in blacksmithing, as well as any excess just makes bandages, which is more money in our pocket. A stack goes for... Oof, scary. A stack goes for 80 silver, so basically a gold piece, but I've kind of been saving it for some of the weight stones. You need silk for the weight stones. Try a shaman. Maybe we'll have a better chance at the Endurium flakes. Nope. At least the shamans don't have a pummel, so I don't have to worry about, like, considering getting interrupted. He's stunned. How the hell do I miss him when he's stunned? Alright, let's get the last of the bone snappers, but I still need 5 more of these flakes, god. Big crits, man. Crit this thing like 3 separate times, that's insane. Since we're out in an open field and I'm dealing so much damage, I'm not too worried about justicing them so they can't run away. I'm just kind of like dealing with them as they run away. Alright, that's 6. 4 more, and then we're just going to be killing like buzzards, coyotes. I messed up. Oh, there's Thogrun. Not sure if the Alliance have to kill him, but... Frost Oil is one that unfortunately we're not going to be able to do. We weren't able to do it on our rogue either. Only alchemists can do that quest, so... It is what it is. What do we have? Farda is his name. Okay, the name. Okay, this is bad. Let's just run. I think he's out of the range of the healing ward. Alright, 2 more flakes. Getting a lot of silk off these guys though, so that's nice. Let me give this guy a buff and heal him up, even though he's like a pay-to-win hardcore player. $11.58 crit. Big crit. You're welcome. You should be fine. Oh yeah, he had cooldowns. Watching a rogue kill compared to me is just like... Yeah, he does a lot more damage than me. But I have healing. I have safety. Bubbles. We're cool too, okay? We're cool too. Hopefully this is the last flake, so that way I can kind of like leave this guy alone and he can hunt here in peace. Nope. Hiccup, excuse me. There's our guy. Alright, on to coyotes. We need buzzards, coyotes. Let me hide everything that isn't the Badlands, just so I can get a better idea of... I don't think we need these ridge huntresses, but... They just have dash and thrash. I'm not too worried about them. We need the crag coyote fangs. Bleh. There's one. Rebuff up real quick. Spend all this mana. Righteous Fury is such a mana intensive spell to cast. It's 320 extra mana. Whew. So it's one of those ones that I shouldn't be like spamming rebuff unless I'm traveling somewhere or it's about to run out. And I don't even need it, right? But I just like to have it. Because I like the idea of like, you know, we are a tank. We're like this holy tank. I'm gonna probably pull all three of these guys after this. Soft, bushy tail. Couple flashes, should be good. I don't need 4, but I will pull 3. Pop Stone Form, get some extra armor. Downrank the Consecrate there just one time. Go Holy Light here. The Elder Crag Coyotes. Why can I not say Coyote right now? These guys have a Howl, a Furious Howl. I'm worried that, in Cower, I'm worried that that might fear me and interrupt my heal, so I do need to be a little mindful of that. Let's take this one out real quick. Go on you. A couple flashes here should be fine. Our Awakening Stone is about to run out here. We have enough time to where I might use a second one. We got 2 fangs there. I didn't know that they can drop multiple. They have a pretty good chance of dropping them too, so. Iron, we love that. Prefer Mithril, but Iron is still good, again. Probably gonna have to pull the Huntress anyways, so might as well get her in. Once the Seal of Wisdom's about to run out, we'll switch and judge you just in time. Alright, after I grab this Iron Node, I am gonna probably pause it, log out real quick. I do need to go take a quick piss break. Of course he would resist that. The Tiger's Meat, I was keeping it for a little bit, but I have a stack in the bank, 10 stack in the bank, and I had an extra excess one. I did just sell it, but I'll probably, you know, hold on to it. But all right, looks like we could probably log out like right here and be fine. And I'll be right back in like 5 minutes, guys. So I'll see you in just a second. All right, gamers, we're back. Let me scoot to the side here a little bit. Sorry, it took a little longer than I thought. My food got here, and I went ahead and just ate in between the pause, so I don't have to worry about my food getting cold. But let's get back to it, shall we? Let's put the Roast Raptor down here. I need to hurry up and get my cooking quest done. That'll probably be the next thing that we do once we're done with the Badlands. Is I'm just gonna go. I might even do that later tonight on my own. Go try and farm the rocks in Daenerys for, I think it's carrion meat or something like that. Carrion buzzard wings, and then the tortoises for their zesty clams. Need to be a little careful pulling multiple of these Elder Crag coyotes. Go ahead and drink a Rumsies as well, and can I put this on during combat? I can, but uh-oh. Pop a potion. Just need to regen some of my mana here. Alright, probably didn't need to use a potion, but just to be extremely safe, I wanted to use one, and we'll get more in the future. I'm not super worried about it. Let's check the, ooh, my allergies. Let's check the ridge here for any kind of ore. Need to kill some of these rock elementals as well. They probably have very high armor, so... Hey, look, right there, iron. This red wolf meat is probably another set of meat that I want to keep to cook. Yeah, Dessa used for cooking, so we'll save this. We have a ton of meat to cook, man. Once I actually do get my cooking above 225 max, we do that quest for Dirge Quick Leave and become an artisan chef. I'll have so much stuff to cook. I mean, look at the bank. We got a stack of 10 turtle meat, 10 mystery meat, 10 tiger meat, 8 white spider meat. We got raptor flesh. We got 40 raw greater sage fish. We got a lot to cook. Just a little two-piece, but we got some stone out of it, so... The buzzard, gizzards, and wings have a pretty low drop chance, but... That buzzard's heading right this way, which is perfect. Front load the mana. Another one of the fangs. That's good. Get ready to judgment. Double wisdom again. Cleanse that. "24 minutes left on our hammer. That's probably as long as we're going to play for today, so... I'll probably check for Najdak and if I can get some more mithril and iron in our normal spots. Here we'll check for Logrash as well, so we'll check the ore in Logrash here. We'll check for the ore here. We'll check for Najdak down here, or Najak down here. I've also been adding this strip behind Stromgard Keep to like our ore farming area because we are checking for Najak. So, but yeah, it's been really good to get mithril and iron. I also need to go to Booty Bay and learn those patterns, or plans, I guess, for blacksmiths is what they are. Stop parrying. There we go, big crit. Go to concentration, just so I have no chance of getting pushed back. We'll go red. God, it says these fangs have an 80% drop rate, but it doesn't feel like it. There's a lot of things that they say they have like a good drop rate or whatever, and I'm like, man, I don't know about that. I don't feel 80% here. 80% is like 4 out of 5 should drop a fang, and it's... So far, it's felt like 1 out of 5 drops a fang. These are the regions that usually have ore on them. It's usually like the backs of these mountains where, you know, the mountains are. These little... What are they called? Not plateaus, but mesas, I think is what they're called. I don't know. But these regions usually have ore. And then, of course, along the fronts here, it's not going to be out in the field just randomly, right? There could be some, but more than likely, it's going to be in these areas. Come on, now. I mean, at least I'm getting a decent bit of this red wolf meat, which I'm sure is, you know, going to make some 12 or 8 stamina food. Oh, look. I was completely wrong. Right here, out in the open. Concentration, holy light, red. There's a fang. No! Oh, God, we got the hit. Good. I was about to say, no! My hit missed, and I lost my judgment of wisdom, but thankfully I got an extra. I think it was like a parry hit there. Because we attacked really quickly again. Camp Werg. The Dust Belcher Brutes. There's a good chance that there might be a chest around here. We'll check when we're done with these guys here, but there we go. There's 2 more fangs. There's another one. All right, 2 more. We need to visit some kind of merchant at some point soon. Bags are full. I don't know who out here... Oh, we'll have to go back to where Wriggle Fuzz is. So real quick, let's do that. Let's just empty out our bags. Oh, look. Oh my god, double rare. Oh, whoa. Zari Coddle? He's a skull to me right now. 7,800 health. Holy. Need to be very careful. Double elite rare right next to each other was kind of insane. And then Anathemus. We've seen him before in our rogue. That one would be a little scary to take on. I think a lot of my mana would be used healing on him. Everything else we're keeping. Alright, we made a decent bit of gold off that. Let's talk to Martek. Did you find any Endurium flakes, Bill? I have my forge heated up and ready to test them.
Yes, these will do fine. Now let's put them in some heat and see how they fare.
Martek takes the Endurium flakes to his forge. Now let's heat up these flakes. So far they're holding. Let's turn up the heat. By Orgrim, this Endurium can withstand massive heat. A successful test, Bill. This Endurium is some amazing stuff.
Endurium has an amazing resistance to heat. I'm sure it will work for Fizzle's pistons. But he'll need true Endurium ore, not just the flakes. To get the ore, it must be mined from deep within Uldaman on the northern borders of the Badlands. That is the true source of Endurium. Send Fizzle brass bolts my regards, and tell him what I told you. Safe travels, adventurer. And it won't surprise me if we meet again. Once Fizzle learns of Endurium, he'll probably send you to Uldaman to acquire it.
So depending on how deep into Uldaman that we have to go for that, we might not do that, because it's like kinda technically a dungeon quest. If it's just on the outside, if it's something that I can mine on the outside, then maybe we'll go in. But there are elites all around there, and it's kind of a dicey thing. I didn't want to do it on my rogue, and I'm kind of leaning against it on this character too, but we'll see. Just because you're in a cave with a lot of elites that can chain pull into a scary situation, and all of a sudden you're very far into a cave. There's no getting out. I mean, we do have Light of Elune Hearth, but is that really where I want to use it? Like, I think I'd rather use it on something. Like, I don't want to put myself in danger if I don't have to, right? But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Let's be very careful for that vulture. Take my hair out of the ponytail. Alright, one more fang. And then it's just the lucky pick, buzzard wings. Nice. Lockbadon can stay. There we go. Man, double rare elite is kind of crazy. So I'm assuming he's like a level 50 rare elite, because a lot of the gear that he drops is around 50, so he does drop some plate though. Plate belt, boots, bracers, pants, shoulders, Templar shoulders. Those would be sick to get. It's a little too high of a level for me to try and deal with right now, because I'll just miss a bunch because he has a skull icon to me. What does he have? A dive and a screech. That might be a rare that we come back for in the future. And then Anathemus. Nothing guaranteed, just random items, but... Alright, if I remember correctly, there's some spots for buzzards more around here, so let's go over there after this. Then we need the rock elemental shards. Still no wings or gizzards. More iron. Yeah, right around here should be like the Dust Bowl. Should be a lot of buzzards. I remember on my rogue. And what we'll do is we'll just, you know, kill buzzards until they're all dead, and then probably just go hunt rock elementals until they respawn. But we really don't have that much time left now that I'm looking at the clock. I'll get that mithril. We'll just kill some buzzards until my hammer despawns, and then probably get ready to call it there. And I have a date with my my girlfriend later tonight, so probably not gonna. Oh, what am I doing? Probably not gonna play 2 tonight. I'll probably just do some farming, like ore-wise, off recording. Then we have another date, a nice dinner date Friday night. Ooh, another aquamarine, that's nice. Oh, and a star ruby. This is the craziest mithril node ever. And another aquamarine. What's happening? 4 for 4. That would have been insane. Truly, the chances of that are... I probably have a better chance hitting the lottery than what just happened there. That's insane, man. But yeah, we have just a little date tonight just to see each other and spend some time together. And then Friday night I'm taking her to a nice restaurant because she just passed some of her classes and I want to celebrate her. 45, 8,000 health. If I was level 45, I might actually try and take him on. But his armor is going to be crazy, man. His armor is going to be insanely high. I'm just worried he would hit me like a truck. But yeah, she just passed some classes, so I want to take her out and celebrate her and kind of make her feel special. And oh, okay, good. I was about to say shit. Thought that coyote was going to jump on me. And then Monday, I actually have another job interview for a new job, which is pretty exciting. But it's just a phone interview, so it's not like I have to go anywhere or do anything crazy. Take on 2 of these guys at once. Should have did stone form right away, but not a big deal. Quick little holy light, spend our mana. There's a buzzard wing. Stop and drink. We're only 2 levels away from the next drink that we get, so I might as well start using these moonberry juices a little more, I guess a little less haphazardly. I was being pretty frugal with them. If I could, I would just, you know, rebuild my mana with double wisdom and a blessing of wisdom, but I might as well stop for 2 seconds and drink if I want to pull multiple mobs, you know. Messed that up a little bit, but I wanted to make sure I hit this buzzard just to refresh Judgment of Wisdom. That way I didn't have to do another seal, judge it, and then another new seal. I need to read what this infected wound even does. It might be something that I want to just leave on me and cleanse after combat, but... There we go, another wing. Go ahead and rebuild some of this mana, and then I'll pull another buzzard, but... Also getting mystery meat, more stuff that I get to cook. And physical damage taken is increased by 9. Okay, I do want to go ahead and cleanse that. Big 220 crit. Ugh, almost. Hammer's gone in 7 minutes. Always loot in between weapon swings. It's these gizzards that are going to take a while to get the drop. 20% chance is really, really abysmal. Oh, there's one. Want to try and kill one of these things before I have to cast a new Blessing of Wisdom on myself. Get ready to switch targets. Judgment. Holy Light first. Excess mana used to cleanse the infected wounds. Perfectly synced up with this Blessing of Wisdom and Seal of Wisdom. I should be able to kill you within that time. Actually, it's not going to happen, but that's fine. Just about. Nice, another gizzard and the last wing. So now we just need 3 more gizzards. It's your gizzard. It's always like it's in. It's in. Is it? Alright, let's get the other... How are we looking on time? Yeah, a little bit of time left. Let's see, I saw one more. There's 2 more here. Maybe we can get lucky with these guys here. There's Anathemus. Two 10 maces, very nice. I resisted my own cleanse? What the hell? Concentration, Holy Light in a flash. Back to red. Cleanse, unfortunately. The thing that sucks about cleanse is, and I've talked about it before, is it interrupts your mana regen. That's the biggest part about it that I don't like, is like, I'll be trying to, nice, another gizzard. I'll be trying to like not cast anything, and all of a sudden I just get hit with a infection and I have to cleanse, and it's like, that just messes up my mana regen there. Go Righteousness here towards the end. 2 more gizzards. Oh my god, we're getting so lucky right now. Maybe... I'm just gonna stay on until we get this last gizzard. Three minutes left on our hammer. Should be about perfect timing. Maybe I can squeak right through. Nice. Let me check this ridgeline. This is, I need to be careful around here though, because this is kind of like horde territory here. Yep, gold. I would like the gold. And that's why we get a citrine right there. Each of these, when I turn it into a bar, will go for 6 silver. So if I get a stack of 10, that's 60 silver right there, half a gold piece. That's nice. All right, these are starting to respawn. Hopefully we can get lucky and just get a gizzard right away. I got 2 minutes left on this. By the time that this Blessing of Wisdom is up, it's basically when I lose my hammer. Get ready to switch in Judgment. Now we'll go Righteousness. Finish you off. Yes, that's the last gizzard. Perfect. We lose like 3 minutes of time on this this Hammer of Expertise, but it's really not that big a deal. All right, perfect. Let's go turn this in to Wriggle Fuzz, and then head back to Lochmadon real quick. We'll turn this into Prospector Iron Band, and then we'll hearth. I need to go to town and smelt a lot of this ore down, put some of these rare gems in the bank again. I've just kind of been doing some of the crafting off recording because my bags get so full and I can't really store any of it in my bank. My bank is pretty full. So I just go ahead and make it and then just recap with you guys what was made. Some iron there too. Let's respawn on this rock. But I've already kind of shown you guys like what the general plan is. I think moving forward, I do want to head back down to Booty Bay and grab the 230 plans. So that might be the last thing we do today. I might just go turn these in and then pause. We'll fly to Booty Bay and then you guys can see me get all that together, and then we'll call it in Booty Bay. I'll probably smelt a lot of this down, put some of it in the bank, figure out what do I need to use some of this material for, and then in my own time, either a little later this afternoon or tonight when I get back home from hanging out with my girlfriend. Oh, there goes the gang. I'll go check for Najak again. We'll go do the Mithril runs and the Iron runs in the Arathi Highlands and the Eldrag Mountains. Just the same stuff that I've been telling you guys. I did also see someone die to this quest. It's a large like group come swarm you towards the end of it, and I am a little nervous about that thing, so barbecue buzzard wings. Hey Bale, did you bring me any wings?
I'll get started on those wings right away. I can almost taste them already. And here's the recipe in case you want to make them yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Pearl diving.
The Badlands is a harsh place, filled with vicious predators and bold scavengers. Scary, especially for a short little goblin. To survive, I have to be tricky. I know the recipe for flash bombs. I use those to scare away wildlife. But I'm running low on one of the ingredients, crushed blue pearl powder. Get me some and I'll make it worth your efforts. Heh, and I hope you have good boots on. The blue pearls I need are found from clams at the Vile Reef. Yep, the Vile Reef in Stranglethorn.
We know the one. Hang on to these bad boys for now. I already know this recipe. I think I bought it from someone. I could have got it for free if I was more patient, but it is what it is. We can sell it now and then grab this iron. Power Stones can be hid. It's a dungeon quest for Oldaman. How much iron do we have? 36 right now, 37. All right, heading back up to Loch Madon. Go talk to Iron Band, and then I'll probably pause it. We'll fly all the way down to Booty Bay. We'll turn in Hostile Takeover and the Stone of the Tides, and then we'll get our blacksmith patterns, and then call it there. I don't think the Alliance have any kind of flight master here. Yeah, I think you have to manually like run down here every time. The lucky pick has a 5% chance of dropping on any of these shadow forged dwarves. So I might actually go up into this region here because the commander could be up. We could find a rare which has a chance of dropping. Mail, yeah, no plate, but even still, it could be like a blue item or something like that. More iron, we'll take that. Iron's probably one that I'll never stop mining, just because even if I don't like need any steel or iron itself, I can always make those pants. They're pretty cheap and affordable to make, and they're just a net benefit for money. Every 3 sets of pants is a gold, right? So it's pretty good. Trying to think, 3 more levels will be 46, 5 more will be 51, 52, and then I have 8 points left, so we'll go 5, 3, and that'll be our entire spec right there. 11, 31, 8 is what will wind up being at the end. Kind of sucks that we get the improved Seal of the Crusader at the very end, but honestly I'd rather have like 9 levels of having Holy Shield than, you know, some extra time on Seal of the Crusader, because really, like we said, we're mostly just using double Wisdom with Blessing of Wisdom right now, or we're going Wisdom, Judge, Righteousness, and then, you know, every now and then I'm throwing on Blessing of Sanctuary. Nemit, my man, let me give him a buff. I actually think Blessing of Might be better for him here. It does scale it down to 55. Wait. Why is it remove it from him? What about Kings? I don't understand. That's weird. Maybe he's removing it himself. You removing the buffs? Ah, sorry then. Stay safe. I guess maybe he's doing a buffless run, like I don't know.
But Agmond had a strong arm and a fierce hammer swing, and his skull was as thick as they come. Although he was killed by those cursed trogs, I'm sure he took a lot of them down with him.
You doing a buffless run? I'm very curious.
The last report I received from Agmond is troubling, more so now that he's dead. He mentioned that his diggers uncovered ancient urns at the dig site outside Ulderman. I fear that the urns he found at that site incited the trogs, just as did the idols I found here. I need you to get those urns for our studies. Go to the Ulderman site, gather the urns, then return to me.
Fortunately, it's a dungeon quest, so we're going to leave that one there. Kinda, Hemet missing where he run. Self-found, no pet, no quest, only can kill beasts. Oh, that's a cool one. I'll hope to see you at the end, brother. Stay safe. Alright, so we finally got a replacement for our massive iron axe. Very cool. We crafted it ourselves, but, you know, the rock pulverizer is insane. Look at this thing. So we have 71 to 108, 3.5. This is 92 to 139, 3.7, plus 34 attack power, compared to 11 strength, 7 stamina. 11 strength is like 22 attack power. So, man, this thing is really, really good. Alright, two-hander. I don't think my two-handed mace skill is very high, though. Yeah, it's abysmal, so that might be one that we need to get up a little bit, but... Alright. What are we looking at here? 17 gold. We've got 42 iron. 18 mithril in the bags. The bank, we have 56 mithril. 8 true silver bars. Yeah, I might try and farm the rest of that meat that we need for Dirge Quick Leave later tonight when I get back from my date. We need the zesty clam meat and 12 giant eggs. Because I really need to get this cooking past 225. One, to make more stamina food, because we are starting to run low on it. I've only got 7 left. And, actually, I think she might want wisdom more. 15 mana regen every 5 seconds is pretty nice for a low level. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I do want to make more food because, yeah, one, we're running low on food buffs. We've only got 7 plus 8 stamina and spirit food buffs left. But 2, I've just got so much space in my bank that needs to be used. There's at least, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces in my bank that need to be used for food. And then once I make some of this this plate mithril gear, after we make it for Tristan and or Triton, and after we become a master armorsmith, I'll make gear for myself. And whatever I decide to make for myself, that's what I'll use the armor kits on, because it's probably going to last me quite a while. I imagine it'll last me all the way up until like the 50s, maybe 55 or something like that. It might even make it all the way to the end game. I'm not sure, but... Alright, while we're flying, I'm going to pause the video just to save some time, and I will see you guys
Mark my words, you won't find faster
in a little bit. This is going to be a long flight, so see you guys in a second.
The ones right here in Thelsamar.
The ones in Thelsamar. See you guys in just a second. Alright, gamers. Touching down in Booty Bay. What do we have here? A couple warriors, dwarf and human. Crab war. Okay, let's turn these in Blade Trainer. Let's check real quick. Yep, we have it already. And it looks like Revelgaz is upstairs. Both of our quests are up here. Pet Tard Hardcore. What a name. Keybok. Hostile takeover. I need those stones, Bale, by whatever means necessary. Just do it. Don't give me the details. It's about results. Nothing more, nothing less.
Fascinating. That the crystals have
What are you
been
inviting me
tumbled
for?
using this process can only indicate that they are planning to use them as some sort of fuel or other catalyst. I don't know much more than that. Samples will have to be dispatched to head chemist Gigglefont.
Not Gigglefont.
It's expensive and hard.
Skull splitter tubes or tusks we'll hold off on. Maybe they were just trying to inspect me.
So the stories were true. Incredible. However, we will need to figure out a way to defeat the curse of the Stone of the Tides, if we are to retrieve it. The curse is magical business. We'll need one of those wizards to help us out.
Okay.
The water elementals were no doubt summoned by Gazban, the goblin wizard rumored to have discovered the Stone of the Tides. As you may know, the Stone of the Tides curses its bearer, causing him to fade in and out of existence.
Yes.
Perhaps we can find a way to counteract the curse. We can have a mage of Dalaran analyze the magical residue of one of the water elemental's bracers. I need you to go back to the island and retrieve a few specimens.
Okay, acquire 6 water elemental bracers. Most of these quests are still like level 40, so we can hold off on taking them for now. But last things last. Sell these gemmed gloves. McGavin, we need to talk to Brick.
You act like this is the best junk I've ever seen.
Well,
Sure, it's okay,
I see
but
junk
I see
like
stuff
this.
okay every day.
That's what he
Tell
says.
You what,
okay.
You find a way to wow me, and I'll teach you things that make dwarves smile in their sleep.
We'll take the heavy mithril breastplate for a gold and a half. We need to make some of these for Tenorus, I think is his name. Trenton. something like that. And then the Mithril Coif. So 3 gold here. Honestly, I might as well just spend, we'll spend the money. And okay, the next training we get is at 235, the Heavy Mithril Boots. Big chunk of armor, 12 stamina. They're just good tank boots, right? And then we don't get anything until 250 and then 275. That's the last of it. So 235 will be the last actual piece of armor that I can learn on my own. Now, maybe once we become a armor smith, we'll get some quests to learn some other ones or something like that. But this might be the end of the gear that I get to make. So we'll be back at 235. And let's go jump in bed. It's going to be where we call it for this afternoon. Like I said, I'll do some farming of my own, but I've got some plans later tonight to hang out with the missus. I don't really have time to do much more. And our hammer's on cooldown, so I could still play with the Blade of the Basilisk. We worked hard for this thing, but I'm just, I'm liking only using the hammer. It kind of keeps me to a tighter schedule, which I like. Turn all those in. And it gives me time to go farm more ore and go check for Najak and not feel like I'm wasting time. So I don't have to do that stuff on recording. I can do it in my own time, and then when we're playing together, I can go do what we need to do, like go do quests or go catch up on some things that we're falling behind on. But all right, guys, we're going to call this one here for now. Probably won't be back later, so I should see you guys tomorrow. I might, I don't know, but yeah. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love, and God bless, gamers.